So we did talk about flexibility last week, and the next topic in at conditions of the fourth chakra, humility and resoluteness. At the fourth chakra, you grow in humility and resoluteness. You will find yourself less stressed and agitated. You are more centered and you act with greater decisiveness. These changes in you are observed more by those around you, and some will possibly share their observations with you. Not that you are looking for external reassurance, but it comes anyway, fortifying your devotion. So, the deeper connection with the Guru. As you progress through fourth chakra, your relationship with the Guru deepens. Having traveled reasonable distance on your inner journey, you become curious about the system of practice and the teachings who designed it. You discover deeper meaning in writings you may have read before, and thoughts of kindness and care flow from your heart toward the Guru. You feel more open to writing to the Guru, exchanging thoughts, and sharing your feelings more freely, especially in your journal. So, this deeper connection with the Guru, the question is, why is that deeper connection required? This comes so many times. And there are also, you will see that one must uh, develop love towards their Guru. So, why this love? Right? So, recently I was listening to one of the podcasts from Deepak Chopra. He said one boy could know exactly what his mom is thinking in her mind. So he went with the two scientists and psychologists to this boy's house. So the scientists were in a one room with the boy, and the mom is in the other room, and she's asked to read a book. And while she was reading silently in the other room, this boy is able to tell what she's reading and how she is reacting to the book from the other room. And then Deepak Chopra asked this boy, "How did you do it?" And the boy said, "I love my mother so much. Somehow this connection with her developed." So, I mean, this basically confirms that when there is this enormous love is developed towards an individual or anything, that state of that being, all the knowledge of the Guru descends into the disciple without any effort. And so there are other aspect of this love and connection, because, see, I always gave this example. Suppose if I go to a doctor and the doctor says, "Hey, you need to get operated." Uh, so if you get busy with what do you say? What was I saying? Can you guys see my screen?
Doctor, you're talking about the doctor.
Yeah, the doctor. And the doctor says, uh, you need to get operated. Don't you get onto the operation table? Don't you let the doctor cut your body, perform surgery on you? All that you are doing for your well being. correct? So at that point, what you are doing is you are fully cooperating with the doctor very much consciously to perform a surgery on you, right? Why? Because again, for your own well being. But here, when you develop this connection with the Guru, there's so much, what should I say? This cooperation comes into the being that then we allow the teacher to do this deeper cleaning, transmit, clean us, and spiritually elevate us. Otherwise, but the guru, the teacher is always willing to do that. It is our resistance which is not allowing that to happen. So when we develop this deeper connection with the guru, the deeper cooperation also develops. We allow the guru to perform what he is intending to perform. We are allowing him to sculpt us completely, transform us. That's what happens when we develop with the deeper connection with the guru. This deeper connection is not for the guru's sake, but for our sake. We go and sit on the operating table, not for the sake of doctor, but for the sake of our well-being, correct? Same thing here. So this deeper connection is required because the surgery which the doctor is performing is at a physical level. Your mere willingness to go sit on the operating table is enough. But here it's happening at a conscious level, at this level of the soul. You can imagine how much cooperation is required here. It is not just a physical cooperation, not the mental cooperation. It's much deeper than that. That's why this deeper connection is required. And how does this deeper connection happens? As we practice, as we receive transmission, as we see these higher conditions, there's certain reverence, certain gratitude develops in us. When that gratitude becomes strong, we develop deeper connection with the Guru. That's why the journal helps us develop the deeper connection. Journal writing is not just, for the sake of reviewing it and identifying how you're progressing, all that stuff. That's not the purpose of the journal. The purpose of the journal is because when you put something about your meditation, it solves two purposes. They always give this Chinese proverb, right? If a tree fell in the jungle, forest, no one heard it, no tree fell. Same thing, if we don't put our observations of meditation in journal, no meditation happened. That's how important this journal writing is. So always keep something, even if you forget to write after the meditation, keep that in your mind when you go home or when you are free time or daily. Put something in your journal, the way you are feeling about yourself, the way you are feeling after meditation, before meditation, whatever comes to your mind, it doesn't matter. Put yourself in that journal and you put in that journal as if the teacher is reading it. So then you develop that deeper connection. It's like you're telling someone, you're not just putting it in a journal, some book. You're telling this deeper essence, the master within you. Then that develops the real connection with the Guru, right? So letting go with love, surrendering or letting go plays a crucial role in our spiritual anatomy project. but it is often misunderstood. To put simply, acts done with love are akin to surrender. When you think with love, see with love, speak with love, eat with love, these are all acts of surrender. And what do we surrender? The baggage of samskaras that hold us back from expressing our true selves, the hubris that makes us inflexible, and the shallows that make us narrow minded. Surrendering these negative patterns free us from bondage. The fourth chakra marks the beginning of the surrender. And as you progress on your spiritual journey, you can attain newer levels of surrender, enabling you to experience deeper levels of love and and grow and grow on. So when your consciousness merges with the fourth chakra, the initial fire for the goal changes into eager yearning. Your successful journey at this chakra is marked by refreshing and soothing tranquility. In this time, tranquil awareness, nature sets you onward of this journey. So here I would like to share few ideas around surrender. What does truly surrender means? We feel as though this surrender means sort of developing dependency on this higher entity. So that's why, sometimes we feel that, okay, I'm going through a lot of stress because of a situation. How do I overcome it? The way to overcome is, okay, give that stress to this higher essence, what we call the guru, teacher, master, whoever, right? And then we give, okay, all my problems are yours, now you take care of it, as if we are transferring the burden to this higher entity. And what else can we do, right? When I'm going through some certain situations, so we sort of we need that inner confidence, inner tranquility, inner compose when we are going through situations. So okay, Lord, you take care of it, right? So we sort of transfer our burden. That's one aspect of surrender, but that's not really a surrender. But that's the beginning. It allows us to connect with this higher. That's why Babuji says the miseries are divine blessings, because now it turns you towards that divinity within you. You start recognizing that higher essence so that you can give your problems to this higher essence. That's just the beginning. That's kindergarten. But as we progress, what happens? We'll also surrender all our happy, joyful things. Even the joy comes through that state of surrender. Happiness comes through that state of surrender. See, I'll tell you one simple thing. Observe yourself. If I ask you to write 10 things in your life which made you very happy, and you write 10 things which made you very sorrowful, frustrated, and you suffered 10 things you suffered in your life, you'll come up with the 10 things you suffered in life almost immediately within 2 minutes. But trust me, it will take you at least 1 hour to write the 10 things which made you happy in your life, or 10 situations you felt happy in your life in the past. It'll take you at least 1 hour to put those 10 things. Do you know why? Do everyone agree with my statement? that it takes harder to put the 10 things which made you happy in your life or
I don't
past
think I agree with that.
10 great
I
situations.
think it depends upon how your life is going,
Yeah.
whether you're stressed or not. If you're stressed and you're in a unpleasant work environment, then the negativity, because the human brain is biased towards negativity. But
Yes.
if your life is going pretty well or neutral, doing the gratitude when we do our evening prayers, uh, it becomes a habit where you think of the positive things in your life.
Yeah. So, but right, but I mean, I'm talking like think about 10 things where you felt great in your life, right? Made you happy. It's very difficult to come up with. Why? Because when we are in happy, joyful situation, we exhaust that joy very fast. When we are in struggle and stressful situations, we don't exhaust it as fast as we do with the joy and happiness. So we resist to go through that suffering very much. We completely resist it. Because we resist it, we suffer more. So I'll tell you, one lady came for a meditation session. As soon as she walked into the room, I knew something is not going right with her. You can see it on her face. She's in her early 30s, and I asked her, how can I help you? And she said, I lost my 11-year-old son. So I felt very sorry to hear that. And now she came for meditation because now she's not able to bear that burden of losing her son. Naturally, everyone feels like that. So then I told her, okay, you're here, very good. But how do you think that this situation can change? How do you think you can overcome it? Well, I am on medication, the happy pill, but that only works for a certain time. But how do you overcome this situation? And she said, I don't know. But I told her, sister, if you want to hear me, follow me. This is my recommendation, my suggestion. There's no way you can change this situation. We cannot bring your son back. No one can do it for you. So, how do you deal with it? Now, the dealing with it is there is so much sorrow in your heart, and you are not allowing that sorrow. Instead, you are resisting it. You want to change the sorrow. I said, why don't you allow that sorrow to consume you completely? Allow it for that sorrow to be exhausted completely. See where it takes you. Don't resist it. See, this is the flexibility we are talking about in our last week. See, now you understand how fourth point helps you in your life. We don't allow to exhaust those feelings which are troubling us. So we resist it. The more you resist it, the more it stays with you. That's why you can immediately come up with the 10 things you suffered the most in your life in 2 minutes, but you cannot recall the 10 things made you very happy. The 10 things which gave you joy and made you happy, you cannot write because they were exhausted. They're done. You're done with it. See, this is the point of the fourth point. You are able, that flexibility to allow you to exhaust them quickly so that you can surrender. So here, the surrendering is all about It's not about letting go. Surrender is about exhausting them quickly. So the moment you take the help of the higher essence, you exhaust that suffering quickly. Just like how we exhaust our joys quickly. They're done with it. You let them consume you completely instead of resisting it. See, the whole problem, even the spiritual progress, is because of our resistance, right? So if you understand this, then the surrender, the meaning of the surrender changes completely. There, now we are able to surrender all joys, happiness, sorrow, everything. And then once you surrender that, what happens? You become more and more independent. Once you know how to exhaust your problems, you become free, almost independent immediately. So that's why we are holding on to that. Then we are creating a bondage of suffering. We cannot free ourselves. The more you exhaust faster, the more you free yourself. So that's how these things work. Surrender is not like, oh, I am giving it to you, God, and you take care of it, and then I sit and start watching my TV. That's not how it works. Correct? So it's important to, uh, it's not just about letting it go, even though it says letting it go, but it is all about exhausting quicker, faster. Right? I'll stop here for any comments, questions.
Shrikant bhai, one request from Meenal. Could you complete the story of the lady? Did she come out of it?
I mean, what I heard is she felt better. And so I told her, I mean, basically, you let it consume you. She came for a few sessions, and after that, I've never seen her. Okay. But at least she reported to me that she started feeling better.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So if it's either sadness or joy, are you saying that each one of them has to be consumed quickly?
Joy, we don't have to do anything. You consume them. You allow the joy to consume you quickly. That's why we lose our joy very fast. But we don't lose our sorrow very fast because we don't allow it to consume us.
Okay.
We resist. Have you seen
Okay, thank you.
anyone who resists their joy, happiness? No one resists it, but we resist sorrow.
Brother, I have a question.
Yes.
When you talk about resisting sadness, and is that, in one way a person can resist is when something happens and you just tell yourself, don't think about it and don't cry and just ignore it. Is that how we go about resisting it?
So whenever you say don't in your sentence, you're already resisting it.
Oh, okay.
So you will allow it, let it consume you, let it take over you. Go through, you know, all the sorrow possible in that situation. It's like for that example I gave you, the lady who lost her son. Should he not be consumed by the sorrow? Should she resist it? Should she not cry? Cry your heart out. Let it take over you. Let that feeling take over you completely, and then immediately after half an hour, 1 hour, you are normal. You regain your balance. So whatever the emotion which is taking over you, let it take over you.
Okay.
And also, as it is taking over you, give it that to this higher essence within, or surrender it to the higher and let it consume you. So the support of the higher is with you. So there, even the emotion is consuming you, you are not losing yourself. That is, so this consumption happening with surrender makes a difference.
Okay.
It makes a difference, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. There.
So that's why whatever happens, don't resist. Go with it. Think of it like a God's will. And keep moving, keep doing what you're supposed to do. If anything is lingering in your mind for a long time, that means you are resisting it. Okay. All right. So we can now get into sitting. And I've requested Brother Kesri to conduct the session today.